going to. All right. So welcome everyone to our final webinar to go with our customer service training. I hope you've been enjoying the videos, and if you have and you feel you've learned something, would you just throw a big yes into the chat for me? Let me see that it's actually making a difference for you, helping you think differently and do things better in your customer service journey. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, all right, good. And that means everybody can hear me as well. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Whoops, let me let, Patty, are you letting people in now?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that. So just so that you can know who the new face is on our webinar today, this is Patty. She's my virtual assistant. She is my right-hand person. She takes care of so much for me you can't even imagine, and is the one that allows me to be able to do these kind of things. So she's here today to be on our final webinar, help out if we have any technical questions, and just be here to support us all in our journey. So I'm going to do a quick screen share so that you can see my presentation, and I've got to flip over to the right screen. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get my chat up as well so I can see if you're chatting in here. And so we are on our third and final webinar. You've gone through the 6 lessons, hopefully, and thank you so much for your yeses to let me know they're making a difference for you. So let's talk a little bit about what's in those final lessons. First of all, one thing that that we talk about is the fact that sometimes not only we personally, but we as an organization use excuses that hold us back from trying new things or changing old ways. You know, we go with that old, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, but sometimes it's broke and we don't know it's broke. So I just want to make sure that you make sure that you give your suggestions. If you hear something from a member, you hear something from a colleague, or you notice something yourselves, don't be afraid to bring it to your leaders. They've brought you into this training for a reason, and they do want to hear your suggestions. So I want you to think about the fact that we don't always have to let excuses rule the day. Let's think of ways that we can say yes rather than ways we say no. Also, we talk about the internal customer rewards, because if we don't feel rewarded and valued in our jobs, how in the world are we supposed to pay that forward and help our members to feel rewarded and valued? So we have to think about, how do we treat each other? And then what do we do to reward our external customers, in your case, our members, so that we make sure that they are always understanding that we put them first. And no matter what happens, we're going to show them who we are, we're going to make it right, and we're going to be compassionate about the fact that they're going through something if things do go wrong. So I hope you've had a chance to look at all those worksheets, do those exercises either individually or with each other. If you haven't had a chance yet, then go ahead and just do that after the training is over. But here's something else. These are the at-work assignments that I gave to you. And the first one is about, where have we said no can do versus maybe even a partial can do. And something happened to me recently that I wanted to share with you, because I want you to remember how flexible you can be in your thinking when you're serving a customer. Recently, I ordered a bottle of Excedrin, you know, the aspirin, the extra strength Excedrin headache medicine, from Amazon. And I got my bottle of aspirin, and it was just a couple of months ago, and it expires this month. It's like, really? I get a bottle of 200 Excedrin and it expires in 2 months. So I had a bottle of Excedrin for like 2 years in my cupboard that just barely expired now. So I was really horrified by that they would sell medicine that was so close to the expiration date. So I called them up. Oh, first of all, I went online and I tried to return it, and it said, there was a big note, this is a non-returnable item. Well, thinking about the Tylenol scare we had several years back, I can understand why that's a non-returnable item, because they're not going to take medicine back that's been out of their hands. However, I wasn't satisfied with that, because I wanted to get a replacement bottle that wasn't going to expire. So I called them up. And the customer service woman who was talking to me, when I told her the problem, she said, well, I'm sorry, that's our policy. We don't return or refund those types of things. I said, but it's almost expired. It's not right. She said, I'm sorry, that's our policy. And all she kept saying to me was, I'm sorry, that's our policy. So I heard her say the magic words, I'm sorry, but then it was followed by something that completely negated them. That's not our policy to refund that. And I said, but it's not right. Well, I couldn't, of course, get her to change her mind. So I hung up, extremely frustrated and quite a bit angry with Amazon, saying, I don't know if I'm ever going to buy that kind of stuff, or maybe even anything from them again. I was so aggravated. Well, about an hour later, I get a phone call. It's that woman from Amazon. And she said to me, you know, after we hung up, I got to thinking about what you said. And she said, you're right. It's not right that your product expired so soon after you bought it. So I went to my supervisor and I asked if we could at least refund your money so you can buy fresh aspirin anywhere. Wow. Now that was a wow, that she actually took the time after we hung up to not only go to her supervisor, get permission to break the rule, because she recognized it wasn't right, and then call me back and tell me about it instead of just refunding me and maybe sending a message. I was very impressed with that. So don't you think that's kind of a wow? So if you think that's a wow, go ahead and put wow in the chat. But then I want to ask you another question. Don't you think that's a wow, first of all, that she actually went above and beyond after we hung up? Yeah, I agree. But throw in the chat, what do you think would have been an even bigger wow? What do you think would have even been a bigger wow? I see lots of wows up there. Someone tell me what the bigger wow would have been in the chat. Or you can open up your microphones and cameras if you'd like to. I don't mind that at all. I love interaction. But if you want to throw it into the chat, what would have been a bigger wow? So, excuse me?
Sorry.
No,
She could have just asked you to hold for a second and then spoken to her supervisor while you held on the phone. Or
thank
she could have asked you if she could give you a call back after speaking with her supervisor in the very first place.
Abigail, the angels are singing right now. And I want to tell you that because you came up with that further wow, I love that. I need you to make sure that after this, you give me your email address, or if you want a cell phone, because I'm going to give you a $10 Amazon gift card for coming up with that further wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, don't buy Excedrin with it, but things with it maybe. But yeah, unbelievable. That is amazing. She could have done it on the phone. And Kay White and Hannah, you're both going to get gift cards as well, because you both came up with that as well as we were speaking. That's the bigger wow. Be flexible. Make sure that when you're thinking about, is this right? And you're thinking about your policies, if there's any chance that you think you might be able to at least try for them, even if you think the answer is no, put them on hold and say, you know what, you're right. Let me check and see if there's anything we can do, and then come back. Or even, can I call you back in a little while when I have a chance to talk to my supervisor? I would have been happy as a clam. I would have gone away very happy, not upset, not aggravated, not anything that I actually was, when they were just saying, nope, that's not our policy. Nope, that's not our policy. Nope, that's not our policy. So remember that flexibility is often, and just even the willingness to consider talking to someone and doing something for your member might be the difference between an ow experience and a wow. So thank you for that. Make sure all three of you give me after this. Sandy at the Wild Place is my, Patty, would you just throw that in the chat for me, sandy@thewildplace.com, and that way I don't have to try to get over to the chat again. And make sure that you email me or something with however you'd like to receive that gift card. Okay, thank you. All right. So we also had a discussion in the training about more productive meetings. How do we make them more productive? Because how many people are sick and tired of being on meetings that just go nowhere? You rehash the same thing over and over and over, and nothing ever gets done. You waste a lot of time. There are so many meetings now anyway, it's ridiculous. So think about how you can make your meetings more productive. And then also how you can use humor at work, in your meetings, virtual, in person, all of that. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to put you into breakout sessions so that we can think about how can we either make our meetings more engaging, make our work more fun, or if you'd like, if that Excedrin story sparked something for you, and you would like to think of a no can do versus can do situation that you want to share with your people in your breakout, that would be awesome too. So we have 11 people on the call, and I think that Patty and I are not going to go into the breakouts, so that's going to bring it down to 9. So I am going to create 3 breakout rooms, and I'm going to have you go in there. What you're going to do is you're going to have, okay, let me get that. I'm going to create the rooms. And let me make sure that Patty and I are not in the, oops, Patty, I don't know why but well, just don't join Patty. There'll be 2 in that room. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to move 1 person to room 3. So you all have about 3 people. Okay, so you've got 6 minutes, 2 minutes per person as usual to talk about what do you do to make your meetings more fun and enjoyable, or where have you said no can do, and maybe want to brainstorm or share something you did to make it more wow. So I'll give you a 1-minute countdown at 5 minutes. Here we go. 6 minutes to chat. See you soon. All right. So who would like to share what you talked about in the breakout room? How do you make your meetings more fun and engaging, especially, if they're virtual? That's a tough thing to do, but even in person, nobody wants to go to in-person things that are just boring as all get out too. Okay, so else, oh, and that's Lee County. Which one is that? ICLCEC. Which county is that? I'm telling you, I think my mind is gone. But anyway, so a way we like to make meetings fun is by adding activity at the end. Oh, I love that. Our employee meeting in April, we do an Easter egg hunt. Oh, how creative. During our safety meeting, we have Jeopardy games. I love that. I love that. Excellent. Really great stuff. So I don't know if all of you or any of you have gotten the beach chair or the screen cleaner yet. It is Lee. All right. I was like, okay, am I just going crazy? Because it was in my mind and then I second guessed myself. So thank you. So if you have, I know you probably have a few people in your room there. So however many of these that you would like, make sure you email me, let me know, and I'll send them out to you if anybody in there hasn't gotten either of those yet. Okay. I haven't been able to replace my mem cards yet. I think I told you last time I'm having supply chain problems, but so I still have the beach chairs and I have screen cleaners. So anybody else, either open up your mic or go ahead and put in the chat, what do you do to make your meetings more fun? What do you like to do?
At our cooperative, we have meetings every year that we actually meet up in person because we work virtually or remotely. So we have field days that are really fun. And then on top of that, when we do have like team meetings, we always try to ask like how everybody's doing. We always talk about kind of like more personal things for a portion of it so that everybody is like the camaraderie is pulled together.
Yeah. Excellent. Thank you, Abigail. That's an awesome way to do it too. Don't always make everything all about work. You've got to get to know each other as people. And so I love the fact that you put some personal things in there. Here's a suggestion too. One of my clients one time told me that they had, it was a virtual meeting, but you could do it in person or virtually. They asked people to come to the meeting prepared with the question, what is the journey that brought you to our co-op or our organization, whichever, if it wasn't one of the co-ops. But I know one of the ones that I did in the Texas Electric co-ops did do something like this. But they said people were so creative. They made PowerPoint, like a PowerPoint slide with a map on it, and said, well, I was born here and then I lived there for 25 years and then I went to work here and then I went out to California and I came back. So I took a really long journey. But it was amazing how many things people connected with because they had things in common. Oh my gosh, I lived in Texas. Oh, I lived in California, things like that. So you might even ask them, what was the journey that brought you to us? And, where have you lived? Where have you been? And things like that. So there's another suggestion, but thank you so much, Abigail. If you didn't get a beach chair, I think you might have, but if you didn't get a beach chair or a screen cleaner and you would like one or the other, in addition to your gift card from before, you let me know and I'll send it right out. Okay. Anybody else have anything else they want to share? What do you do for fun? Anybody? No fun, huh? We don't have fun. All right. Well, if you think of anything, I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, or you want to add something to the chat later on, just go ahead. All right. Now, next thing I wanted to just talk about was we talked about what is your emotional logo during these lessons. And the emotional logo are the traits, the behaviors and stuff that people think of instantly when they think of you. So what is it that you're known for? Could it be compassion? Could it be a sympathetic ear? Could it be that you've been there forever and you know who to go to get things done? Go ahead and put in the chat or open up your mic. Christina, are you preparing to say something? What are you known for? Anything, or was that just something making noise on your camera or your audio? Okay.
So
well, Abigail,
you were asking for traits.
Yeah, what do people think of when they
Emotional
think of you? What are you known for? What is the thing that you're known for the
So
most?
most people say that I'm energetic, bubbly, and they always say that I'm crazy, but like funny crazy. I don't know.
Funny crazy. I love that because you know what? Funny crazy is good. Boring is bad. You don't want to be boring. I'd rather be funny crazy than not. Thank you for sharing that, Abigail. And Christina, I always get told I'm super positive and upbeat and very loud. You know what? I'm Italian. I think I mentioned that in the recordings. I'm loud. And if I didn't mention it in the recordings, my husband, who is French Canadian, he's quiet, shy, reserved. He told me, Sandy, the hardest thing for me to get used to when I married you was the decibel level in your family's home. We're Italian. What can we say? So Christina, if you make sure you give me your physical address, either email it to me or you can put it in the chat privately to me here. Let me have that and I will send you either a beach chair or a screen cleaner. You tell me which one you want in case you've gotten one or the other already. Okay, thank you for sharing that. Okay, and how about this? Okay, now Kay White, I know I've seen you so many times before, and I am sorry, I am so bad. I can't remember was it Kelly? I can't remember if it was Kelly or not, but I see you in here, and you're going to get a beach chair too. I haven't been employed in the customer service department very long. I hope I'm known for my kindness. I love that. Capabilities and talent. More likely known for just being a laid back country gal. There you go. Kelly. Oh, I'm going to give myself a beach chair for that. So Kelly, let me know. Oh, there we go. All right. I see the address. Thank you so much, Christina. And then Kelly, if you want to put it in the chat directly to me, or if you want to email me later, just let me know what you would like. Okay. Beach chair for Christina. All right. So let me change this back. All right. Anybody else want to put anything in the chat? Okay, very true for Christina. Are you Italian or just loud? Loud for a different reason. I love it. Irish. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can hear you singing right now. All right. Anybody else want to tell us what you're known for? What do people think of instantly when they think of you? Okay, I'll give you some time to do that. You can just throw it in the chat later on if you'd like. All right. So the other thing that I had you think about too were the emotional triggers, because that loudness for me is an emotional trigger. And when my mom, used to tell me all the time, lower your voice, be quiet, all that kind of stuff. Well, I'll tell you, it became a very sore point for me. And now, if anybody ever tells me to be quiet or lower my voice, I'm right back to that teenage kid feeling bad or feeling embarrassed or whatever. And I have to keep in mind, that just makes me see red. And I have to recognize that. So I have to work on letting that phrase that could trigger a bad emotion make me remember, okay, you're in a professional environment or you're whatever you're doing, you need to maybe just quiet it down and don't take that personally. So make sure that you understand what your emotional triggers are too, so that you don't lash out at someone who accidentally trips over one of them. Okay, so the other thing is too, here I would love to know, I'm going to move this little camera a little bit. We also had the customer service. Oh, Christina, you're glad you're not the only one. No, you are not the only one. It used to trigger you so much. Nowadays, you agree, it's true. See, and that comes with maturity. When we're younger, we can't really process that in the spirit that it needs to be taken. But yeah, it's huge. So did anybody, I had a customer service bingo card for you. Did anybody do the customer service bingo game? Just go ahead and put bingo in the chat if you did at least some of the squares on that game. Yay, Kelly, you did. I'm so excited. Now, let me know, did you do the whole thing and did you get any bingos, or can you tell me where you had your strengths? Which column was it in? The BING or O column? Do you mind elaborating a little bit? Where were your biggest strengths on that bingo card? Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to say, Kelly, you just got a $10 Amazon gift card for playing the game in the first place. You only got 3 rows. That's okay. Nobody, hardly anybody ever gets either a full bingo or a full card or anything like that. It's intended to show you where your strengths are. And so for saying you got 3 rows, you get an extra $10 gift card, because I am so excited that someone actually played the game. Sometimes we intend to, we plan to, but time gets away from us. So I will just need to have your email address, or just email or send it to me so that I can then send you your $20 gift card from Amazon for playing the bingo game and doing more than just 1 or 2 things. You got 3 rows. That's awesome. Give Kelly a hand. I mean, oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. All right, there we go. Okay, thank you, Kelly. All right. So did anybody else get to try the game? Anybody else get to try the game at all? Okay, because if you didn't, that's okay. But I want you to really go and look at the things that are on there, because it gives you some excellent information about how you can make the environment more safe, make it more respectful, make it more human, innovative, and rewarding. Okay, so take a look at that bingo card when you get a chance. And I'd love for you to play that game with each other or even alone, just looking at things. Also, I wanted you to get together with your immediate team and think about what you'll do as a team to improve your customer service. Just continually improve all of the services to your members. What are the things that you're going to take the lead on? What goals are you establishing? And what are you doing as a team or as individuals to do things to motivate each other? So one of the things I often do at the end of my programs, when we're in person or when we have just one organization, but here we have many different organizations. So I can't create one poster that'll be good for all of you. But look at that last assignment, because if you can get together as a team and think of the 3 quotes, just go on the internet and search for 3 quotes that you can all gather together, vote on them. The top 3 go into a poster. And then you can just create something in Canva. There's a whole bunch of things. If you need some help with that, let me know. But you can create a really nice little cubicle poster to remind you of the lessons and the things that you're trying to do as a team. And Kelly says, I failed in not asking customers for suggestions and not being very creative. Well, thank you for admitting that. I really love the fact that we can admit when, oh, you know what, I could have done something a little bit better there, because no one's perfect. Thank you, Kelly. That's awesome. I really appreciate you putting that in there. And you definitely earn that $20 gift card, as well as whatever you want for the physical product. Okay, so think about how you can maybe create those posters as a team as well. All right, so now you know what time it is. It is time for our last competition of this series. So I want you to either open up a new browser tab, get your cell phone, laptop, tablet, whatever you want handy. And I am going to switch over to here we go, our quiz for today. And there's a very special prize for the person who wins the quiz today. So this is for the overall thing, although the questions do pertain to just the last 2 sets of lessons. So let's let everybody get in, go to menti.com, put in the code 7447893. And then let me look at, we have 11 participants. So I'm looking for 9 people, because Patty and I won't participate in the quiz. I'm waiting for 9 people to get into the quiz. You can't see the screen? Oh no. What's the, oh, all right. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I got to go backwards. Hold on. Oh, stop it. Wait a minute. I've got to get out of this because it just, I'll give you the code in 1 second. I've got to restart it because I tried to hit something and it started it. So the code is 7447893. 7447893. You've just got a black screen. How in the world is that possible? Let me stop the share for a second, and then I'm going to reshare. Can you see it now? I got 4 players ready. Oh, okay. Wow, that's weird. I've never heard of that before. Although, you know, I just had an update this morning on my Windows, and I'm so tired of having problems after Windows updates. Okay, so I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know my mic came unmuted.
Okay, that's all right. No problem. I just want to make sure we get everybody. We have 8 players now. Is anyone still trying to get it? There we go. 9 players, 10 players ready. Oh, good. So some of you in the room there, yay, are getting on your mobile devices. So before we start the quiz then, I know some people have already seen some of the questions, one of the questions, and it pertains to Wild Place rule number 4, I believe. So that'll be a little hint for all of you. Okay, Kelly, your phone's not getting in. Are you in now? Just want to make sure. Remember, Menti, MENTI.com, and then the code is 7447893. 7447893. Okay, perfect. So everybody's in. Put in no in the chat if you're not in yet, but you're trying. Okay, I'm not seeing any no's. All right, I have 11 players. Perfect. All right, we're gonna go then. So remember this, in this quiz, it means there are 2 things you have to think about. One is that you want to get the answer right, and the other thing is you want to go quickly because you get more points the quicker you go. So ready? Oops.
My app is, oh, never mind.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Wild place rule number 4 is that a wild place is a can-do place, innovative, creative, and fun, a caring place, or a wild place. Okay, go ahead and answer. Okay, we have most people saying a can-do place, which it is, but the actual rule is that it's innovative, creative, and fun. And Abigail or whoever was just trying to talk, are you in, or should I hold up before I go to the next question? Are you
I'm
okay?
in.
You're in?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So let's see who our winner is for the first question. Who is our leader? Jake from State Farm. I love it. Jake from State Farm, not, and Dragonite are the two that got it correct. Okay, perfect. Well, okay, there we go. We're gonna go to our next one. Remember, we've got 9 players ready. Oh, I gotta get 11 players ready. Go to your next one, look at your screen, and go to the next question or finish answering. Is everybody good? I'm not sure if we lost a couple there. All right, I'm going to go to the next question then. All right, remember to answer fast to get more points. One benefit of mentoring and buddy programs is what? Members can tell when someone's new. It changes policies and procedures. Experienced and new associates get to engage, or you can get someone else to do all your work. Oh no. Someone's timed out and had to reload. Are you back in again now? Boy, this is weird. We haven't had any of these problems in the past. Okay, well, we got 8 people who got it right that experienced a new. All right, you were able to vote. Yay. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. I'm really going to get aggravated at Microsoft now because I'm sure it's because of the update. All right. So 8 people got it correct. One guessed a reasonable answer, but not quite right. All right, let's see who ends up on top here. We got Jake from State Farm and Dragonite again, and Hannah's coming up. Oh, Hannah, look at that, was the fastest one. All right. Oh, and Christina's did that. It froze on the first question too. All right, well, let's hope we're not going to have any glitches from now on. So we have 9 players ready. And I think that's all we have now. Hopefully that's everybody. And let's go to the next one. Remember, you have to answer fast to get more points. Comfortable enough is what? Great for me, a dangerous place to live, comfortable enough, or fantastic because I'm tired. So what is it? Comfortable enough? Everyone has voted. Yay. All right. Yay. Everybody's got it. Comfortable enough is a very dangerous place to live. Now let's see who the leader is here. Okay. And look at this. It looks like, okay, Jake's still hanging on by a thread there. Dragonite right behind, and Hannah Vote Go coming right up. I love these names. All right, let's go on to the next one now. Question 4. We have 8 players ready. Need one more to be ready. There we go. 9 players already. So let's go to the next question, remembering that if you answer faster, you get more points. So look at your device. And a wild place rule number 5 is that a wild place is rewarding, relatively routine, real, or a drag. And everyone has voted. Let's see how they voted. Phew, everybody voted correctly. Thank you for not saying a wild place is a drag. Now let's see who is leading the charge here. All right. And oh, Hannah, you're the fastest, so you're climbing up there. But Jake and Dragonite still in number 1 and number 2. Hannah's number 3. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right, now question 5. We've got all players ready, all 9 players ready. Thank goodness the glitches are over. And here it comes. So watch your screen. What is an emotional logo or your emotional logo? What is it? Mental word pictures, behaviors you're known and recognized for, something you slap on a lunchbox, or a severe mental condition. So what is your emotional logo? Everyone's voted. And behaviors you're known and recognized for. Wahoo! We got everybody in there. Everybody was able to vote. Let's see now. Who is ahead? Did anybody who got it a little faster move up in the ranks a little? Okay. Oh, Dragonite might have been a hair faster than Jake, and now we've switched places. Hannah coming right up behind you. Vote, go. Look at all of these people coming on up. Keep going. All right. Now we have question 6. We have all players ready. So let's take a look and see what this question is. All right. An emotional trigger is what? Something you can't control, nothing at all, something that sparks an emotional response, or a piece of a handgun. So everyone has voted. Okay, and we've got 8 out of 9 guessing correctly or answering correctly. The one, something you can't control. Well, I want to say that it's difficult to control, but it doesn't mean you can't, because once you identify what that emotional trigger is, then you can control it because you can practice at that. It took me a long time to control mine, but I was able to finally do it. So I don't just go through the roof or climb up a wall when someone triggers it. So 8 were correct. All right, let's see who the leaders are for this one now. All right. Hannah was the fastest again. Dragonite still first, Jake from State Farm second, and Hannah climbing up the ranks by being quick on the draw. All right, we have one question left. All 9 we have 8 players ready. We need one more. If you look, there you go. 9 players now ready for our final question of our quiz competition. Let's see what it is. Remember to answer as fast as possible. A great personal goal is what? Taking too long to answer calls, putting people on hold for a long time, making everyone feel better about contacting you, or see who can work the longest days. What is your answer for this one? What's a great personal goal? And wahoo, we have everybody, yes, making everyone feel better about contacting you. So no matter whether you can answer their question with a yes, a no, a partial yes, or what, you always need to make people feel better about contacting you. And let's see how this competition ends up. And oh my goodness, we got Hannah the fastest again. And Dragonite, you got first place. So Dragonite, this time you're going to get a $20 gift card. So who's Dragonite? Great personal goal, you beat Hannah. I love that, Bruce. You know what, Bruce, that's awesome. You got to get a beach chair or a screen cleaner for the sense of humor there. So let me know what you would like, and you're going to get that. So which one? Diana from Lee County. All right, so now I just need to get your email address or your phone if you want it to go to your personal phone, so I can send you your gift card. All right, congratulations to Diana. And Bruce, let me know where you want me to send that gift, because that sense of humor is fantastic. All right, so I hope you all had fun on that one. I really enjoyed those quiz competitions. Oh, Bruce, thank you. Okay, that's perfect. Oh, wait a minute, but Navasota Valley, you've got to give me your physical address so that I can send you a beach chair or a screen cleaner. Okay, so if you want to put that, put the office address, I can send it to your office, put it in the chat or whatever. And Diana Hernandez, there you go. All right, let me just write that down so I don't mess up. Okay, you'll be getting the gift card, a $20 gift card for winning the competition. Congratulations to everybody. I absolutely love you're welcome. I love the competition, the quizzes, the engagement that you've had. Puffy was a good name for this. Chubby fingered slowpoke. Oh, Kelly, but at least you were involved and engaged, and I love it. So thank you so much to all of you. Now, before we head out, I want to ask you, do you have any questions? I'm going to stop the share. And I'm going to just ask anybody the overall experience, any questions anywhere. Let me know what challenges are you having? Are you having any challenges putting in the implementing the things that we're talking about doing here? Are you having any questions of things that you want to try to do, but you're not exactly sure? Anybody have any suggestions for how you've been able to put it into practice, or anything you're having a challenge with? Anybody, go ahead, or just throw into the chat or open up your mic. What are you going to use first? I mean, I did see in the chat when, let's see, we were talking about how you failed to ask, somebody failed, there we go. Kelly, not asking customers for suggestions and not being creative sometimes lately. Maybe it's because you're tired, or maybe it's because, you're having a bad day, but try to think of, remember, it's kind of like when you're on stage. An actor has to pretend that it's the first day of any opening of any performance. So they may be doing this 300, 400, 500 times, and yet that audience is seeing it for the first time. So everything that you do, you may have had to say something 1,000,000 times and you're getting tired of saying it, or you may feel tired someday. But that is something that you can work on. How can I make sure that every day is the best I can be for my members? And I have a nice comment here from Kelly. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be reminded of the useful techniques you've implemented over the years. Even after 40 years of customer service, we can always learn new things. Kelly, you just said it beautifully. I appreciate that so much, because you're right. And when we start to think that, now I've been here 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, however many years, I don't have anything else to learn, anything new to learn. That's when we need to probably hang it up, because there's always something new that we can learn, something we can do better, something we can be more committed to. So, anybody else have anything that you want to say in the chat or on your mic about the training, about the concepts, about just your team, anything? I'd love to hear from some of you how you're putting it into practice. And I know it's kind of tough to put you on the spot like that.
I just want to say that I really appreciate the training. It's been awesome. And there are things that especially working remotely, you get into a slump, and sometimes you kind of get like the comfortability thing where you just get going and you have the same routine all day, every day.
Yeah.
And so it's a nice reminder to, always put your best foot forward. And that, like you said, even if you are having to repeat yourself, that every call should be a new call.
Yeah.
And treat everybody with the same respect and caring that you would want for yourself or anybody that you love and care about.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Abigail. That really means a lot, because when you really embrace the concepts here, you can always find something that you can do differently. So thank you for answering that. And then Kelly has a question about regarding the quote poster. She's really looking forward to that. I got to tell you, when I do this for my, one organization at a time, and even in person, it is an amazing thing. So I would suggest, look at that assignment, get a meeting together. You can call a meeting, with your leaders or on your own, and then tell them to come prepared. Each person comes prepared with 3 quotes that mean something to them. Put them all together, put them all out there, and then everybody votes on them. The 3 with the top number of votes are the ones that go onto the poster. I use Fiverr to create a design. And if you want to know the graphic designer that I use at Fiverr to make sure you get a good one, if you'd like to design a big poster, because normally I will create a poster, I'll have it designed, I'll have it printed and shipped out to the co-op, and then they can just buy a frame and put it up in their office somewhere. But you could do, if you don't want to go through the expense, or they don't want to pay for the expense of designing and printing it, it's under $50 to do that. And then you can go to Michael's and get a standard poster size thing. If you want more details on that, email me at any time, and I will give you the designer I use at Fiverr. I go to Vistaprint and I get it printed there. They have coupons all the time, but it is really amazing how beautiful those posters can be. And because they're your people's quotes, they mean a lot. So thank you for asking that question, Kelly. Go back to your teams and try to do that exercise. It's a great final team building exercise for this program. Okay, so anybody else have anything else you want to share, add, ask, anything like that? All right. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to share my screen one more time, because I always like to end on a hopefully wow note. Going to give you back a few minutes in your day, but if there are no more questions,